All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hudson Raiders Stadium here. Today's game is the North High Polars from St. Paul against your Hudson Raiders tonight. It's a chilly day. Temperatures this morning were just under 40 degrees, a little bit chilly this morning, and crisp day for soccer, a little bit overcast, and maybe we can hope for low to mid 40s here. Got our cameraman directly from ESPN, Rex here, is going to be shooting the game today for everybody. Center ref today is going to be Mr. Christopher Markson. We have Shane Klunt and already forgetting who our third official is today. Oh, it's my favorite official of all time, Nepal Hollander. You might have noticed some sarcasm in that statement there. Coaching for the Hudson Raiders, Mr. Steve Solom today. Coaching for the North High School Polars is going to be Justin Oliver. For the game today, we have athletic trainer Megan Rinke here from Catalyst. Catalyst, home of the most handsome CEO on this side of the Mississippi, Mr. John Knutson, if you've ever seen him. This is Knut Johnson reporting for the Raider soccer this morning. Okay, that might have been a shameless plug.
Listen to the bell.
That's coming from Mr. Delacroix here, the AV wizard for Hudson School District. Starting in goal for Hudson today is going to be number 14, junior goalkeeper Corey Denning. The goalkeeper for the North High Polars is going to be Doug Habte. Polars retain position after the kick. Bringing the ball up the right side flank, defended by Hudson. Polars pass back to the center D there. Switch fields over to the left side. Ball goes out of bounds off Tygo Kelly, number 18, the defender for the Hudson Raiders on the right side there. Throw in by number 17, Ben Peterson, the senior defender for the North High Polars. Ball makes its way into the attacking third of Hudson. The North High Polars switch fields over to the right side, up into the right corner. Ball's going to be touched out of bounds, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Polars. Yeah, the ref called that a goal kick. Must have been kicked out by the Polars, and the Corey Denning, goalkeeper for Hudson, is going to take the goal kick on the 6-yard line. Driven ball by Denning up toward the midfield area. Polars maintain possession there. Comes to the center back for Hudson. Back pass to the goalkeeper Denning, who drives the ball out of bounds. Goes out the touch line to the east. Be a throw in for the Polars. Throwing in for the Polars, Eric Kabitowicz, senior defender for the Polars right now, number 20 on the right side of the field. Heading north. Big throw in into the box. Oh, it's a nice volley by the North High Polars midfielder, left midfielder there for the Polars, got a shot off. Stopped by Denning. Good save by Corey Denning. First save of the game. Ball comes out to Tygo Kelly on the right side. Up to Paul Phillipson, number 2, the right forward. Gets the ball back to O'Kelly. O'Kelly with a back tap. Phillipson has the ball. Streaking down the right side. Slots a ball to Hudson's number 23. That's Connor Johnson, the senior midfielder for Hudson. Prater with the ball at midfield for the Raiders. Switches fields to the left side. That's number 3, Braden Miller with the ball right now. Prater turns the ball over. The North High Polars get the ball. Comes up to the left side. Going one-on-one with the last defender for Hudson. That's number 6. Very well defended by Cole Ober from Hudson. Dispossesses the ball, gets it out of bounds, allows Hudson to reset. They're actually giving that ball to Hudson. I thought that was touched out by Hudson, but they're going to give Hudson the throw-in on that. Tygo Kelly, number 18, retrieving the ball. They're actually calling a foul there on the North High Polars. It's going to be a free kick from the spot of the foul. Goalkeeper Corey Denning is going to take this free kick. Center ref Christopher Markham called that foul there. Backing the play up. Denning takes the ball, sends it up to the center D. They send it out to the left side of the field for the Raiders. Tygo Kelly, so they switch fields. Tygo Kelly with the ball on the right. Drives the ball to the center of the field to a cutting player there for Hudson. Connor Johnson, Colton Prater are up there along with number 5, Ryan Muthaden. Raiders have the ball in their attacking third. Ball comes back to center. Ball's driven toward the goal on the ground. Stopped by number 23, Anthony Ortiz for the Polars. Luke Johnson for the Raiders, number 7, gets a touch. Ball comes back to Kelly on the right side. He's got Phillipson out in front of him if he sends the ball up, but they're going 2v3 versus the Polars right now. Tygo Kelly runs that ball toward the end line, gets a good cross. Tries to get a tip in. It's headed in front of the goal there by Hudson, but the ball is cleared out by the North High Polars. Polars send the ball past midfield now. Up in the right corner of the field, the North High Polars have the ball. They bring a shot in. Corey Denning goes to the ground to his left side and stops the ball on the short side of the goal there. Second stop by Denning. That's already been on goal for the Polars. 2 shots on goal for the Polars, none for your Hudson Raiders. Denning punts the ball, gets that ball across midfield. Johnson up to head the ball down. Colton Prater now has the ball at his feet as a center midfielder. Brings the ball back, wheels it around to his left. Switches fields to the left side there. Ball comes over to Phillipson in the right forward position. Tygo Kelly overlaps. O'Kelly down to the right side of the field on the flank, looking for a possible cross. Good footwork by Tygo Kelly with the ball there. Sends it to the middle to Prater. Prater goes in the middle of the heart of the defense there in between 4 North Polar players here. They dispossess the ball from Prater. Not good odds when you're going 1v4 on that. Hudson has the ball, number 6. That's Cole Ober. Sends it back to Denning, who sends it back out to Ober on the right side of the defense for Hudson now. Light pressure applied by the Polars. Denning sends the ball up toward Phillipson. Intercepted by the North High Polars. That's number 17. That's Ben Peterson with the ball for the Polars. Gets it out to number 6, Seng Tao. Seng Tao sends the ball back to Peterson again with the ball. Gets it to the midfield, out to the outside. Trying to slot a ball up the left side are the Polars, and that ball just goes out the touch line on the left side of the field. That'll be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Tygo Kelly, number 18, throws that ball in. Hudson switches fields in the back. Ball goes out of bounds off Hudson. It's going to be a throw-in for the Polars. Peterson with the throw-in for North St. Paul. Headed up into the top line. There's a shot that comes on goal, and Corey Denning with a leaping attempt to stop that ball. Jumps and tips the ball over the bar. That's going to be a corner kick for the Polars. That was a heck of a shot from about 25 yards out. Five yards or so on top of the penalty box line there by the Polars. Dangerous shot that was hooking in toward the top left corner of the goal, and Denning with a nice jump and stab knocks the ball over the post. Here's the corner, comes in on the 6-yard line. It's headed by the Polars but back out of the penalty box. Hudson gains possession. Colton Prater with the ball on the counterattack now for Hudson. Prater, nice job of dribbling in open space, gets the ball up to Tyg O'Kelly on the right flank. O'Kelly sends the ball up top toward Paul Phillipson. It's intercepted by North St. Paul. Prater gets that ball back on top of the box. He's on the top of the arc. Prater gets tripped right on the top of the box. No call. North High Polars send the ball outside just to relieve some pressure, but it gets ticked off the Hudson player who was applying pressure up there. I think that was Ryan Muthaden, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Polars. Goalkeeper brings out a second ball to put into play here as someone, I don't see any ball kids out here today, and that ball may stay there a while. Out of bounds. Hudson Raiders intercept the throw in there, maintain possession temporarily. Polars send it back in. Hudson chips it back over to the right side. Tyg O'Kelly gathers that in, turns the ball. Drives the ball up to the center midfield there. It's headed out by North St. Paul. Lucas Johnson for Hudson, number 7. The right center midfielder for Hudson had the ball, sends it to his left. It's in the back of the defense now. Left defender right now has the ball over there. That's number 3, Braden Miller. Far side of the field in front of the scoreboard as we're facing. Boy, that's a dangerous back pass under pressure. The North High Polars had a man running onto that ball. Braden Miller almost had a back pass that turned into a breakaway for the North High Polars. It was awfully lucky that Corey Denning from Hudson was able to beat him to the ball by a step or two, knock the ball out of bounds. It is Hudson's throw right now. Ball's headed out by the Polars, and Hudson will get another throw at about the 30-yard line on the football field. A little more than halfway toward the center line for the soccer field for the Raiders. Chilly morning today. Your coffee's going to turn into iced coffee pretty quickly here. Hudson takes the throw, chest trap by Colton Prater, brings the ball down to his feet, still has control of the ball. Back pass to the center D for Hudson there. Goes to Cole over to Tyg O'Kelly. O'Kelly drives another ball to the center. Muthaden running onto the ball there, loses control of the ball, goes over to North. North turns the ball, crosses center field, chips it up to their forward. Number 4 for North is Awal Dubad, the left forward for North St. Paul. Ball goes out of bounds. Tyg O'Kelly will take the throw for your Hudson Raiders. O'Kelly waiting a bit, allows North to get reset too. Ball goes back to Cole Ober, who's going to drive the ball all the way across the field to the left over to Braden Miller. Switching fields on defense can be a little bit dangerous too. A little bit of a missed kick allows pressure from the North High Polars to capitalize there, but that didn't happen, luckily for the Raiders. Over with the ball, back out to Tyg O'Kelly on the right side of the defense. North applying significant pressure up in the attacking third, and they dispossess the ball. Number 9 is Jabril Muhammad, steals the ball. Hudson regains it temporarily. Paul Phillipson comes back to win a ball. Tyg O'Kelly just sends that ball out of bounds to relieve the pressure and reset the Hudson Raider defense. North High Polars are going to have the ball in the attacking third of the Hudson Raiders. This is a little bit of a dangerous area. North has already got 2 shots on goal. Watching the game here today, obviously played on a football field. The yellow lines are what we're watching. The touch line there is the throw-in. Eric Kabitowicz threw that ball in for the Polars. Intercepts the ball from Phillipson and gets a shot off that's blocked by the Raiders. Kabitowicz, good bit of strength there to win the ball from Tyg O'Kelly. Tyg O'Kelly with the left foot tries to switch field, but puts the ball in the center of the field. Dangerous position again for the Hudson Raiders. Got to question some decisions here. Another shot on goal from the Polars. That one coming from the right side. And Corey Denning has had a couple of tough saves already today in this early going of this game today. O'Kelly tries to send the ball up. North High again intercepts. Has it with their left defender right now. Brings it to the center. Intercepted by Lucas Johnson, battling for the ball. They're going to call a foul on Lucas Johnson for climbing over the defender. Cleats on his back were the first indication. Number 20, Eric Kabitowicz, the defender for the Polars, is going to take the free kick here. Well-driven ball inside the box there, headed by the Polars. Ball goes out the end line. That's going to be a goal kick for the Hudson Raiders. No ill intent from Lucas Johnson as he left those cleat marks on the back of the North High Polar from those new Nikes that he's wearing. Corey Denning, short kick. Colton Prater tries to trap that ball. It goes back and forth. Hudson gains and North High intercepts. Back to Tygo Kelly, left-footed boot. No, didn't clear it out. North High has control of this ball on the right side. They center it in again. Another shot on goal, stopped by Denning. Denning goes down to the ground with that ball. 13:32 into the first half of this game. And the North High Polars have had the much better of it as far as the offensive attack with 3 shots on goal. Difficult stops by Denning, but he's made them all. He's got a clean sheet so far. Prater with the ball in the center of the field goes to Johnson. Johnson slides the ball out to the right to Tygo Kelly. O'Kelly up the right flank dribbling. He's got Phillipson in front of him and Connor Johnson along with Muthaden up on top. Goes to Muthaden. Muthaden hits the overlap there. That's number 8 actually. I'm sorry, Sam Ross with the ball right now. That ball goes out of bounds off of North St. Paul, who kicks it out the touchline on the right. That'll be Hudson's ball retaining for the throw-in inside their attacking third. Let's see if Hudson can get something going here. We haven't had a shot on goal. Certainly we haven't had a scoring opportunity yet for Hudson. They're going to have to manufacture their opportunities today. Already, North St. Paul in the counterattack has control of the ball. Kabitowicz and Peterson send the ball up. That's number 16. That's Ahmed Jalou for the Polars. Oh, man, going one-on-one with the defender there. Gets a shot, goes to the short side of the post, and it hits the side of the netting there. Another goal-scoring opportunity for North St. Paul Polars. In a dangerous position there. One defender and the goalkeeper on the short side of Hudson did make the stop, but again, not without difficulty. North is setting up for the corner kick here as substitutions come on for the Polars. They're in the northwest corner of the field right now. Corner kick comes across the goal face, headed out by Hudson to the top of the box, where Colton Prater gathers it in and starts a counterattack. Prater has got one defender to beat. Got Phillipson on the right-hand side. Can Prater have enough speed to get by here? Slots the ball out to Phillipson. Phillipson's got to get a shot off here. Slides that ball across. Nobody there to get the shot. For Hudson, that was number 8, Sam Ross, that missed a left-footed shot, but we squandered an attempt there, folks. Man, it was laying there right in front of the Hudson Raiders, and it didn't appear that we wanted to put that ball on the net. Going to be a goal kick for the Polars after a squandered breakaway. Colton Prater did a great job dribbling the ball about 85 yards of the 100 yards of the football field. Slides the ball off to Phillipson, but it was a little too far in front of him, so he had to back pass rather than try to get a shot off, and then nothing came of it for the Hudson Raiders. Back on offense for the Raiders, Tygo Kelly slots that ball up. He gets it to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson has the ball on his right foot, gets the ball to Muthaden. See if Muthaden can turn and fire, and he does. There's a good shot that was going to be on goal. The goalkeeper, it looks like I think it's Doug Habte today is the goalkeeper for the Polars, and made a good stop there. That was Hudson's first shot toward goal. I don't even know if we're going to give that to him since the ball is blocked by the goalkeeper about 2 feet off the ground. Hudson does get a corner out of this, though. Looks like Prater is setting up to take the corner kick. They have 2v1 short, but he doesn't take that. He slides the ball across the goal face there. Headed up by Hudson, but not toward the goal. The ball comes outside the penalty box area. Slides the ball back. Tygo Kelly sends the ball back in toward the box. It's intercepted by the North High Polars. That ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Hudson's ball, heading south on the field today from north to south. The Raiders are heading toward the south goal. Tygo Kelly on the right flank will have the ball for the throw in here, number 18 for your Hudson Raiders. He's going to back pass toward the center of the field. That's a little dangerous again, folks, with pressure by North being put on, almost taken away. Ty gets the ball back, sends the ball up toward Colton Prater, but a little too far. It's intercepted by North St. Paul, who now controls the ball. Number 9 is Jabril Muhammad up on top, touching the ball, loses it. Loses the ball to Sam Ross. Lucas Johnson regains possession for the Hudson Raiders. Good bit of footwork by Lucas Johnson. Sends it back to his defender, number 20, Nick Thompson, on the left center D spot for Hudson. Ball's back in the center with Ross. Ross has the ball. Coming into the attacking third for Hudson. Tygo Kelly slides up from his right defensive position into the game and gets the ball up to Phillipson up into the right corner. Phillipson brings the ball back into the penalty box area, gets the ball to Prater on top of the box. Prater turns right into two defenders for the Polars, and then he just pulls the defender down. That really was not necessary by Prater, but he was getting beat with the ball, and he drug the North High Polar defender down to the ground. Center ref Christopher Markham is calling a timeout because the player is hurt. Megan Rinke, the athletic trainer, is coming out to attend to the player on the field. Score is 0-0 at the 1840 mark of the first half. Your Hudson Raiders versus the North High Polars from North St. Paul. Injury on the field right now. Chilly day today, folks. I think temperatures in the low 40s right now yet. You can see in the stands here everybody's bundled up pretty heavily. The players have the Under Armour gear on, quite a few of them, for the shirts and trying to stay warm. Polar players back up. Looks like a leg injury that he suffered there as he's hobbling off. It's Jabril Muhammad, looks like number 9 for the Polars. Coming off the field with athletic trainer Megan Rinke. That is Jabril Muhammad. They'll substitute in for Jabril. North takes the free kick from the spot of the foul, goes deep into the Hudson territory, and Corey Denning gets a late start on the ball. A little bit of indecision there between two defenders and Corey Denning, the goalkeeper for Hudson, as to who was going to take that ball. Neither parties, the defenders or the goalkeeper, wanted it, and the ball sat there. North Hudson ran up on that ball and almost caused a problem. Polars with the ball now in the attacking third of Hudson. Ball is driven. Number 6, Cole Ober, heads the ball out of bounds out the right touchline there. It'll be a throw-in for the Polars. Steve Solom is the coach, looking up here toward the booth. I'm sure he's looking for advice. Steve, my advice is shoot the ball toward the goal. At least that's what Amy Mueller would say, and she's a professional. Amy plays for the Minnesota United Loons. You may have heard of them, the professional MLS team in Minneapolis. Throw in by the Polars. Touched out of bounds by Prater. That's throw in for the Polars, knocked out, almost had an opportunity for an own goal there by Colton Prater, but the ball slid to the short side of the post and hit the side of the netting, which is now a corner kick for the Polars. Polars with another scoring opportunity here with the corner. Well-driven ball to the side, to the 6-yard line there. It's headed out by Hudson. That's a good bit of defense by Hudson. Prater with the ball now on that left side. Ball gets touched out of bounds. Referee saying it went off of Prater, who's arguing the call a little bit. That's going to be a throw-in for the Polars.
Hey, the construction guys on the north end need to unlock the gate. They need to have access to go in and out. All right.
Throw in for the Polars, what you can expect. It's an awful large defender for the Polars. Going to throw this ball into the box and does. Oh man, it was a great throw-in, good deep throw-in. It's going to be another corner for the Polars as the ball gets headed out the end line by the Hudson Raiders. So that'll be another corner for the Polars. We're giving up dangerous opportunities here. If you believe the marketing statistics in soccer that 50 to 60% of scoring happens on set plays, this is an example of a set play. Here comes the corner for the Polars. Another great ball, lofted about on the 6-yard line, headed out by Hudson to the top of the box. Chance for a breakaway here. Number 3, Braden Miller has the ball for Hudson, trying to get some space. He brings the ball back just a little bit, tries to switch fields there, doesn't get the ball across, intercepted by the Polars. Polars start the counterattack. Long driven ball. Corey Denning, goalkeeper for Hudson, should have this, and does. At the top of the box, he's going to distribute out to the left defender there. Braden Miller, number 3, on the left side of the defense for Hudson, sends the ball back to the center. That's number 20, Nick Thompson. Thompson sends the ball up, but doesn't get it to his Hudson teammate. Polars intercept to have control of the ball. Back in Hudson's attacking third. Another chip ball toward the goal, headed out by Ober. Great job on the header there. The North Polars had a man running on. Tygo Kelly trying a bit of a bicycle kick, trying to get that ball up and over with his back toward our goal. Doesn't do it. Ball goes harmlessly out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Polars. Coming back in for Hudson on substitutions, number 23, Connor Johnson for Hudson, among others. Number 20, Eric Kabitowicz from the North High Polars will take this throw. Eric sporting that fancy hairdo that soccer players like, almost the librarian man bun look. Hudson intercepts that ball. Colton Prater trying to send the ball to the left, and does. Ryan Muthaden, number 5 for Hudson, on the left flank, has the ball, dribbling up. Back passes to Lucas Johnson, number 7 for the Raiders. He slides the ball back over to Prater. Prater back taps to Nick Thompson on the left side of the defense. Nick Thompson crosses fields over to Tygo Kelly. Tyg back passes to Cole Ober. Ober back up to Colton Prater in the midfield. Prater with the ball, cuts it to the center, has some open space. Slides the ball over to Lucas Johnson, who sends the ball to Connor Johnson in the middle. Johnson gets the ball back to Prater. A well-driven ball. 8-foot-high goalie, 10-foot shot. The goal posts are 8 feet, that is, not the goalkeeper. That would be unusually large. Goal kick for the North High Polars. Luthaden with the ball, slides it out to Phillipson, number 2 on the right side there. Phillipson dribbling the ball into 3 defenders for the Polars, sends it out to Tygo Kelly. Ty crosses the ball to the center. Lucas Johnson has an opportunity. It's blocked by the Polars. Prater missed a ball there that slid through and is going to the North High Polars. With the ball now is number 15, Gail Lopez for the Polars. Gets the ball up on top. Number 10 for the Polars had the ball there. I don't see a number 10. Back to number 17, Ben Peterson. Apologize, that left forward for the North High Polars is wearing number 10, and there is no number 10 on their roster. I'm guessing then it's Landon Donovan in disguise playing for the North High Polars. Maybe not. Goal kick for the Raiders taken by Denning. Sends it out to the top of the box to his defender. Thompson with the ball over to Prater in the center. Prater slides the ball back to Ober. Little zigzag passing activity here. Ball goes out of bounds off the North High Polars. Hudson will take the throw. That'll be Tygo Kelly, the right defender, with the ball. Tygo Kelly to Phillipson. Phillipson back to O'Kelly. Ball goes up toward number 17 for the Hudson Raiders, Chase MacArthur, in the game now. Ober has the ball, tripped up by the Polars. That should be a free kick for your Hudson Raiders, and it is. Quick start with Tygo Kelly. He switches fields over to Braden Miller. Braden trying to control the ball before it goes out the touchline, and he does. Gets the ball to Muthaden. Trying to get into the attacking third for Hudson. Muthaden crosses the ball. Polars intercept. The mysterious number 10, not on the roster, has the ball now. Slides it up to the left-hand side here. going one-on-one with Colton Prater. They're going to call a foul on the Polars there, and out of disdain and delay of game, he should have been at least whistled for on that for kicking the ball away. Hudson does a quick restart. Not North Hudson. They don't have a high school soccer team. They have a heck of a Pepperfest, though. Ball goes over to the right side. Cole Ober, number 6, has the ball for the Raiders in the back. Sends the ball back to Denning. Denning hits a short high ball to the left side. Connor Johnson and Muthaden with the ball on that left side give up the ball to the Polars. They slot a ball back up to the left side, and they're on the attack once again. Number 5 for the Polars is Ishmael Norgren. Sends the ball in toward the center. Corey Denning grabs that ball. They're going to call a foul on the North High Polar, who ran into Denning on the kick. That goalkeeper has the ball. You got to give him plenty of leeway and space, and he didn't. He ran into the goalkeeper there. They're calling a foul on the North High Polars. Center referee Christopher Markham there looked like he was getting a card. Did you see him issue the card yet? I don't see it yet. He must have had it in his hand. He gave him a yellow card. That would have been called charging the goalie. That is a yellow card offense. It's number 10. It's our mysterious player not on the roster here. Or is that? 30. Number 30. That's Saul Escobar. We do have a number 10 out there somewhere, though. Saul Escobar got yellow carded, so he has to take one play off. They do substitute in for him, though. You don't go a man down on a yellow. You would on a red for the rest of the game and the next two. Hudson with the ball, starting the counterattack now. Prater with the ball, center of the field, tries to switch fields to the right, goes past Muthaden to Tygo Kelly. Tygo Kelly with the ball right now. Long driven ball, cross fields. Number 17 is Chase MacArthur there. Goes over his head. North St. Paul gets control of that ball. That's number 9 with the ball, Jabril Mohammed, who's back in the game. Good to see he's back up and playing after his leg injury. Hudson intercepts the ball, gets it out to Muthaden. Muthaden playing a midfield spot for Hudson now. Good bit of footwork by Muthaden there. Gets the ball to Tygo Kelly. O'Kelly with the ball. Turns it to the midfield. Number 8 is going to be Sam Ross in the middle. Lost control of that ball. And North St. Paul just sends it out of bounds to the right side there. It's going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. Allows North St. Paul to get reset. Hudson back passes on the throw-in. Trying to bring the ball up the left side. It's intercepted by St. Paul, who has control of the ball now. They come to the center of the field, intercepted by Luke Johnson of Hudson. He sends it up to Connor Johnson. Johnson to Johnson. No relation. Twin sons of different mothers, apparently. With the ball is Cole Ober, number 6 for the Raiders in the back D. Slides it over to Lucas Johnson in the center mid spot. He gets it out to Braden Miller, brings it up the left flank there. Miller sends the ball over to the center. Ross sends it back out. Trying to cross fields. Ball doesn't quite make it there. It's intercepted by the Polars. Tygo Kelly, good bit of defense there, putting his body. Oh, they're going to call a penalty on that. It was really well played by Tygo Kelly. This referee, 3rd grade, best 4 years of his life. Taking the kick for the Polars. It's going to be Mr. Kabitowicz again. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul on that one there. Braden Miller was on the back, but the St. Paul Polar deftly slid underneath him trying to draw the foul. Referee saw that for what it was. Another shot on goal by the North High. Polar slid along parallel to the end line there. Corey Denning up to the task. I'd say the most valuable player for Hudson so far has been Denning, who's got 5 or 6 saves so far, several of which have been tough saves. Denning is doing a great job. Denning is doing almost as good a job as Rick Schultz and Amy Mueller do here for Hudson High School. Not quite, but almost. And Denning has been spectacular. That tells you how good a job that Amy Mueller and Rick Schultz do here. This is going to be a free kick for the North High Polars. Well-driven ball toward the goal. Lucas Johnson gets a little bit of a head on it. The ball comes down to the ground. Corey Denning has the ball at his feet, now picks it up. He's going to punt this ball out as he walks up to the 18-yard penalty box line. Thought about distributing it to the right defender, but then punts the ball away short of midfield. Ball's headed by Muthaden. Now Connor Johnson has the ball. I'm sorry, that's Chase MacArthur. Then Connor Johnson. Ball comes back into Hudson's attacking third. We'll see if we can manufacture something. Errant pass is intercepted by the Polars. Hudson regains. Prater with the ball temporarily. Sam Ross with the ball on the left side, switches fields to the right side, and Muthaden slides the ball up to Tygo Kelly on the right. See if Ty can get a shot in front of the goal face. Oh, I thought that was at least going to be a corner here, but the goalkeeper did stop the ball before it went out the end line there and punts the ball away. That ball comes to midfield, headed down by Lucas Johnson. Muthaden with an opportunity toward the ball there, can't catch up to it. Ball goes out the touchline on the west, and that'll be a throw-in for the Polars. Substitutions are coming on. Rex is causing havoc here. I don't even know if we're live, folks. I don't think we're plugged in yet. We are now just regaining our sign. Hey, welcome to the game. Rex just put us back together. Okay, number 16 there is Ahmad Jalloh for North Hudson with the ball at his feet. Number 16 for the Polars. Another scoring opportunity. Slides the ball in front of the goal face, and whoa, Denning goes down on a shot that didn't even come. It slid by the North High player without getting a shot on a near empty net in the back. We good to go, Rex? Are we live there? Do I have to redo my makeup or anything, Rex? Am I good?
You're beautiful.
Okay. Thank you, Rex. I appreciate that. All right, going to be a throw-in for the North High Polars here on the northeast corner of the field, right by referee Nepal, Amy's favorite. And the throw-in comes right across the box. Ball's headed out. Number 9 for the Polars, Jabril Muhammad, sends the ball back in. Braden Miller tries to clear a ball out there. It's gathered in by number 20, Eric Kabitowicz from the Polars. He sends it back into the box. Hudson sends it back out. Hudson trying to gain possession here and does with the counterattack there. Chase MacArthur gets the ball to Connor Johnson. Hudson trying to maintain possession, slides the ball, and the Polars intercept. Johnson back with the ball, going 1-on-5 in the back. Slides it back to Prater. Prater with some open space. Ball comes out to the right side to Ryan Muthaden of the Raiders. Now Connor Johnson tries to get a touch, doesn't maintain control. Hudson does get it back. Lucas Johnson with the ball at midfield now for the Raiders. Braden Miller gets the ball to Sam Ross on the left side. Ross dribbling the ball, splits 2 defenders for the Polars. Still carrying the ball, slides it up to MacArthur. MacArthur with a right-footed shot. Goes off the Polar player. Muthaden shoots and scores. Chase MacArthur, number 17 for the Hudson Raiders. Split 2 defenders, got a ball to the right side. And Hudson, who has had few chances, if any, to score today, Ryan Muthaden, number 5, scores for your Hudson Raiders at the 34-11 mark of the first half to give the Raiders a 1-0 lead in this game. North High Polars have outshot Hudson about 8 or 9 to 1. And we've got the 1. I'd go to Vegas and put a bet down. All right, North Hudson kicks the ball off, tries attacking again to the north side of the field. Braden Miller kicks that ball out the touchline on the east, and that'll be another throw-in for the Polars. Wow, that was a good-looking goal for your Hudson Raiders there. Muthaden, right place, right time. Chase MacArthur did the dirty work on that. Brought that ball to center, did a great job on that, slides the ball over to the right. Muthaden got a shot off that tipped off either the defender or the goalkeeper, but went into the lower left side of the goal for the Hudson Raiders for this 1-0 lead. The Raiders are back to giving them corner kicks again. This is going to get dangerous, folks. North High does a great job lofting those balls in to the center of the 6-yard line there of the goal box, and sooner or later we're going to be in trouble if we have to keep defending these corners. I'm surprised North doesn't send another player out to go 2v1. Hudson has no players in the vicinity there, so it'd be an advantage if North would employ that strategy, but they do not. Ball's going to come in toward the 6-yard line again, and it does. It's headed up by the Raiders. Braden Miller there with the ball at his feet. Drives the ball out. Hudson does gain control of the possession temporarily. Connor Johnson with the ball there, slides it out to Muthaden, who scored the goal just a minute ago. Muthaden with the ball, sends it back to the center there, trying to hook up with Chase MacArthur. Can't get the ball to him. When you go to the heart of the defense, that's where North is going to have 2 or 3 defenders in the center of the field. Hudson might find it more worthwhile to take that ball to a corner and unbalance the defense. Muthaden on the top of the goal box now at the top of the arc. Slides the ball out to the right. No one's there. Prater runs onto the ball. Tygo O'Kelly now comes up. O'Kelly gets the ball, see if he can get a left foot shot off, and he does. Left foot shot goes to the right of the near post of the goal, 5-6 yards away. Just a little bit of a misdirection there. You can see that Tygo O'Kelly did a great job manufacturing 5 yards of space to his left to the center of the field to get that shot off, and does. Just a little bit errant on the direction there. Goal kick taken by the Polars goes past midfield. It was a great goal kick by the keeper. Hudson intercepts with the ball again. Muthaden slides the ball over. We got 2 injured players on the field that are down. One for the Polars, one for Hudson. The referee really isn't watching yet. Now he blows the whistle. Ball goes out the touchline. We got 2 players down. Some frustration by the North High Polars, but they didn't see their own man was down there. Now they do. Yeah, Luke Johnson for Hudson is kneeling there at center. He collided there. Looks like number 6. That's Seng Tao or actually it's number 16. Sorry, that's Ahmad Jalou. Went down for the North High Polars. Luke Johnson and number 16 Ahmad Jalou must have hit each other going for the ball. Both went down. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for North to restart. Substitutes come in for Jalou. Johnson stays in the game. In a case of an injury like that, normally that's what's done is a team throws the ball to the other team, which respectfully and out of good sportsmanship, North High did in that case. Hudson with the ball. Cross midfield, slides it out to the right. Good ball to Muthaden, can't quite catch up to it. North High sends it out the touchline on the left as Hudson is going to head south and take the throw-in. Tygo O'Kelly goes for that ball. Paul Phillipson, number 2, comes back in for Hudson for Chase MacArthur. Chase, that was a great job doing the dirty work on that goal, buddy. That's good work by number 17, Chase MacArthur. Junior forward for Hudson. Tygo Kelly takes the throw in there, gets it to Thompson. Thompson gets the ball to Luke Johnson, who makes an errant pass. It's intercepted by the Polars and driven up into the northeast corner of the field. Polars have control. Thompson intercepts for Hudson, sends it back to Braden Miller. Braden Miller with the right foot tries to get it to the outside of the midfield and does. Colton Prater with the ball for Hudson now. Switches fields, goes over to Muthaden. On the right side of the field, he touches the ball over to Tygo Kelly a bit. Behind him, has to stop for the ball and wait. Back to Muthaden. Muthaden sends the ball to the center to Prater. Prater back to Luke Johnson in the center midfield for Hudson. He's going to send it back to the D. Switches fields to the right side. Cole Ober back to Corey Denning in goal. Denning sends the ball out to his left side. And the Hudson Raiders start the counterattack on the left side again. They do have some numbers here. They got 5 up. 5 on 5 right now for the Raiders if they want it. Phillipson with the ball on the left side, slides it over to Colton Prater. Prater with the ball on his right foot, slides the ball to Muthaden on the right. Muthaden holds the ball. Good patience by Muthaden there. The ball gets touched out by North. No threat by Hudson on that one. Good job by Lucas Johnson trying to, that's going to be a foul on North. Oh, they're calling the foul on Hudson. My goodness. Well, he's off the Christmas list, folks. That was a bad call by the center ref there, Mr. Christopher Markham. It's Marcum in the event you want to send him a note. Taking the free kick for the Polars, number 20, is Eric Kabitowicz. Kabitowicz with the ball, drives it up into the box. Dangerous ball. Boom. Corey Denning reached for that ball off the header, and it was just a lollipop of a floater, but that went over Denning's hands. Luckily, it went about a foot to the right side of the far post there and missed. That was very dangerous on Hudson's behalf. The 39-35 mark here, it's still 1-0 Hudson, with your Hudson Raiders leading the game. If I was honest, I'd have to admit we've been outplayed certainly by the number of shots on goal here, but that isn't what counts. They don't score the game by shots, they score the goal by games, and we're up 1-0. Hudson on the counterattack. Tygo Kelly drives the long ball to the center to Connor Johnson, who missed the touch. Phillipson couldn't get it. Lucas Johnson does a nice job bodying the ball down, gets the ball again, slides it out to Muthaden on the right. Muthaden trying to dribble, the ball goes off of Muthaden out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Polars. Peterson with the ball for the Polars, with taking the throw. Headed into the midfield by Tygo Kelly. Ball's at the feet of Prater now, who back passes to O'Kelly. Sorry, Rex, that's that rabbit foot thing. All right, here we go. Hudson has the ball in the left D right now, coming up the left flank. Paul Phillipson misses the ball there. It gets turned over to the Polars. Polars start the counterattack there inside on the 30-yard line on the football field. Hudson dispossesses. Polars dispossess. Ball going back and forth here with very little control here in the last minute. Ball gets touched out of bounds by the Polars. That'll be a throw-in for your Raiders. Braden Miller, number 3, the junior defender, is going to take that throw. Phillipson has to go into the back 40 to retrieve the ball, with no ball kids here today. Thought I heard the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders were going to be the ball girls today, but I guess something must have happened there. Raiders with the ball in the attacking third. Coming to the center of the field, Connor Johnson gets a shot off there. 6 Polars back on defense there. There wasn't going to be a lot of hope to get free space there. Ball gets touched out of bounds by Muthaden. That's going to be a throw-in for the Polars. Ben Peterson, number 17, the senior defender for the Polars, is going to take this throw. Well, with less than 3 minutes to go in this first half, let's see if Hudson can get another scoring opportunity or two and hold the Polars with no shots to end this half. Lucas Johnson for the Hudson Raiders, surrounded by Polars, sends the ball back to Ober. Ober on defense, nice bit of footwork there to get some free space, sends the ball out to Tygo Kelly on the right. O'Kelly slots a ball into Colton Prater in the midfield. He sends it back to the D. Ober with the ball currently. Ober sends it back to Denning. Plenty of time for Denning, who sends it out to the left side of the field. Braden Miller trying to get a ball to Sam Ross, can't get it there. Intercepted by St. Paul, and there's another shot. That's a bounce that was easily gathered in with a little bit of pressure by the Polars up on top. Hudson's going to have to do a better job of switching fields with a little more length and power on those kicks. They're kind of getting us in trouble when they switch field and just die in the midfield. Braden Miller with the ball in the left back. Ball goes out of bounds off North St. Paul. It'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. 43-25 mark here. Approaching a minute and a half left in the first half. Your Hudson Raiders are up 1-0 over the North St. Paul Polars. They're going to call a bad throw-in on Hudson there. Either the ball didn't get behind his head or he lifted a foot on the throw. Either way, Nepal is currently ranked, I think, number 734 on the referee quality schedule. That ball goes up and over the goalpost there, 8 feet on the post. It goes up and over. It's going to be a goal kick for the Raiders. Goalkeeper Corey Denning with the goal kick for the Raiders. Ball goes up. A little bit of a short kick again, about to the 44-yard line on the football field, almost to midfield. Lucas Johnson trying to get that ball backwards, gets it to Colton Prater. Prater with the ball, slides it out to the left there. Braden Miller has a great slotted ball at the Paul Phillipson on that left side. I like it when they go to the corner, draw the defense over. Hopefully they can cross it in, get a mismatch, and unbalance the goalkeeper on the right side. Takes a little too much time getting that ball over to the right side. Lucas Johnson with the left foot slides it in past about 4 defenders to the goalkeeper, who makes an easy save on that one. Wasn't much of a threat of scoring there, but the ball did make it to goal as a shot on goal. And that's the end of the first half. We actually got 6 extra seconds out of there for extra time. The Hudson Raiders up on the North High Polars 1-0 at the half. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are ready to start the second half of the North High Polars versus your Hudson Raiders. The Raiders are going to occupy the south end of the field in the second half, heading to the north. Hudson got outshot in the first half, probably 10 or 12 to 1 or 2, and yet lead the game 1-0. Ball's in the back of the Hudson defense right now. Hudson trying to get the ball upfield and does, trying to send the ball up to Phillipson up on the top. Phillipson got an opportunity to go 1v1 with the keeper. No shot there, slides it over to Sam Ross, who can't control that ball. Ball comes back to Braden Miller on the left side there, heading north. Number 20, Nick Thompson, sends the ball back to the right side to Cole Ober. Ober gets that ball out to the right side and does, but the ball goes out the end line on the right there. Past Ryan Muthaden. North takes the throw in, but it's headed by Hudson. Ball's going back and forth with possession. Polars end up with the ball on the left side, heading south, and they do. They send the ball up, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Raiders. Tygo Kelly gets that ball up to the right side, trying to get it to Connor Johnson. Ball hits his shins and knocks back, but Hudson does regain possession. Braden Miller gets it out to Sam Ross. Ross over to Prater. Prater coming back a little bit, now turns and heads forward, loses the ball there. North St. Paul dispossesses. Number 30, Saul Escobar with the ball in the right midfield for the Polars right now. Gets the ball up to number 16, Ahmad Jalot. Jalot with the ball on the right side. Trying to center a ball in, and does. We've got a goalkeeper change. Now in goal for your Hudson Raiders is Jared Biederman. He's the junior goalkeeper for the Raiders. That was a great punt. Jared Biederman sends the ball 10 yards past the half. Good punt by Biederman. I hope he is as adept at stopping shots as Corey Denning was. Denning did a great job in the first half, keeping a clean sheet for the Raiders, stopping all shots coming toward him. Raiders 3-on-4 here with the attack to the north end of the field. Slides the ball to Prater. Prater with the ball, see if he can manufacture space. He does. Gets a right-hand shot. Right-footed shot. Right hand would be a handball. Gets that shot off. Again, 8-foot high post, and that was about a 9-foot ball there that just went over the post. That'll be a goal kick for the Polars. Short ball. Johnson for the Raiders steps in, but they're going to call that pushing foul on Johnson and give a free kick to the Polars on that play. Raiders back up and reset defensively on the south end of the field. Polars pass the ball from the midfield out to the left side there in their attacking side of the field. Send the ball into center. Hudson misses the ball here. Polars have a shot and miss wide right of the goal. Jared Biederman was there, but thank goodness that wasn't on the 24 feet of net side of the goal. Biederman puts the ball down, gets it out to number 3, Braden Miller for the Raiders. Raiders try to clear but can't. Now regain possession, lose it. Polars have the ball again. Kabitowicz with the ball. Gets knocked out of bounds by the Polars. It's going to be a Hudson Raider throw-in. Braden Miller, number 3, the junior defender for Hudson, is going to take this throw at midfield and does. Sends it up. It's headed by the Polars out of bounds. He's going to retake the throw, but gain about 15 yards on that effort. Standing right near Coach Solom there. Ball goes in toward Lucas Johnson. It's headed out of bounds by the Polars. Hudson gains another 20 yards or so on that play and going to rethrow it in again. You can matriculate up the field just that way. Lucas Johnson, number 7, the center midfield for Hudson, takes a good throw, throws it in toward the box, comes back to Lucas Johnson. He sends it in to the top of the penalty box, but no one was there for the Hudson Raiders. That was a nice little backflip by the North High Polar player. He gets it out to the right side there. Braden Miller, number 3, sends it back to Biederman. Biederman kicks the ball, but kind of underspins on a little bit of a whiff there. Ball goes to the center. Polars have another opportunity. Let's see Biederman pick this one up. See if we can punt that ball deep and out of their zone. Shorter kick, bounces on the 46-yard line or so toward half. North High has possession of the ball now on the right side. They try to get it upfield and do. That's number 16, Amajulo again. He turns the ball over. Hudson regains possession. Prater with the ball. Sends it back to Ober. Ober to O'Kelly. Ober tries to drive a ball past the half and does. It's headed up by North St. Paul. A little bit of frenetic play right now. Maintaining possession is hard to come by. North High sends a ball to the short side of the goal there, wide to the left, and that'll be, well, I thought that would be a goal kick, but obviously that was touched out by Biederman in goal, and that's going to be another corner kick for the North High Polars. Another good ball sent into the goal box right on the 6. Shot comes up. It's blocked by Hudson. Prater heads that ball out. Phillipson trying to gain possession but can't. Connor Johnson has the ball there on the left side for Hudson. Going 1v2. Tries to step over. Gets pushed down. That should be a free kick for the Raiders right at the spot of the foul. Colton Prater setting up to take this free kick. Indication whether this is direct or indirect. It's a direct kick. He could score on this kick, so let's see if he puts it on the net or into the fray. Bit of a weak kick that dropped well short onto the ground. Is intercepted by North St. Paul. Ooh, that looked like it could have been a handball on North St. Paul in the box, which would have resulted in a penalty kick. Ball comes out to midfield. Hudson regains possession, tries to send it back in, and they do. A long shot from the right midfield goes in, high ball right to the goalkeeper there. Tygo Kelly sent that ball in. It was punted by the North keeper there. Braden Miller with the ball now, sends it back to Denning. Biederman, other goalie, other right hand. Oh, two Hudson players collide. Crowd expected a foul on that play. The referee thought that Prater may have embellished a little on the fall. Ball comes out to Paul Phillipson, trying to send it up to Connor Johnson, intercepted by North. They're sending it back into their attacking third. Now have it on the right flank there. Number 9 has an opportunity for the Polars. That was Jabril Mohammed bringing it in toward goal. Ball gets knocked out of bounds all at the end line. It's another corner kick for North. Again, this gets to be a dangerous game where you're defending. This has got to be probably the 8th or 9th corner by the North High Polars. And the odds are with the team taking the corner kicks as Shane Clute. Nope, Shane Clute raised the flag there, folks. Ball went out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick for the Raiders. Ball went out the end line there, so the flag immediately went up well before that shot was taken, so that wasn't any opportunity to score when the play is ruled dead. Biederman with the goal kick now for the Raiders. Good kick by Biederman out to the half line there, a little over half. That's great. Paul Phillipson has an opportunity to maintain possession and does. See if he can get some support from the midfield here. Phillipson on the left-hand side of the play, going to the northwest corner there. Phillipson out the end line, slides the ball across to the front of the goal. It's still there. Number 8, Sam Ross. Oh, and the whistle blows. There was a foul called. Let's see what was called. This could be. They're calling a foul, I'm sure, on Hudson. And they're going to call a free kick here for the North High Polars, I believe. Or are they calling a penalty kick for Hudson? Anxiously waiting to see what Christopher Markham, the center ref, is calling here. He has put the ball on the ground, so that leads me to believe that the foul call will be... He's actually calling a foul on North St. Paul and giving Hudson a free kick here by the looks of this. So North St. Paul is going to have to give 10 yards from the spot of the ball. I'm not sure what foul you call in the penalty box there that isn't going to result in a PK, though. Let's see what Hudson does here. This is a great opportunity. Here we are at the 56-29 mark of the second half. And Hudson, this is an indirect kick because Hudson has 2 players next. One player should touch the ball, the next will kick it, is how this should be set up. You cannot score directly on the kick on an indirect foul. The indirect, you see the referee's hand straight up in the air, means indirect. If it was pointed toward the goal, it would be a direct kick. So on an indirect kick, a Hudson player needs to touch the ball and roll it.
Why are they giving him a yellow card?
And they're calling Lucas Johnson. I think Lucas was getting a little spirited that the play was not being set up to run very quickly. And Lucas Johnson, probably for dissent, was given a yellow card. Number 14 for the Hudson Raiders, Corey Denning, is actually going to come on to become a field player here. Denning is a great soccer player, so in addition to being a wonderful goalkeeper, he's also a great field player. So Captain Lucas Johnson, the senior for Hudson, takes a powder here. It doesn't change the outcome. Hudson, Colton Prater is setting up, it looks like, with Ryan Muthaden, number 5 and number 21. They're going to take this indirect free kick, again meaning that a Hudson player needs to touch and roll the ball prior to a ball being struck toward the goal. So we'll see what happens here. This is a great goal-scoring opportunity. Here we are. It's a 18-yard box, and we're at about 8 yards from the goal. So very good opportunity. This ball should be touched and then kicked. So Muthaden's going to toe that ball out. Colton Prater's going to hit it, and does. Goes to the short side. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick for Hudson. Well, the other captain, Colton Prater, gets a yellow card as well. You know, obviously we couldn't hear it from here, but maybe he said something to the referee that signaled dissent. I think what both Prater and Johnson did were just expressing frustration that the referee took 6.2 days to get that play called. It's going to be a corner kick for the Hudson Raiders. Muthaden going to take the free kick for the corner kick for the Hudson Raiders here. Let's see if we can get some offense on the back side of this kick here. Muthaden takes the kick. It's a good ball up on the top of the 6, headed out by Hudson. There's Corey Denning. Had an opportunity for a shot. Here comes an opportunity again. And that ball is punched out of bounds by North St. Paul. It's going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. Raiders are going to quick start there. Braden Miller picks up the ball. And Muthaden sends the ball out, but that's going to be a sliding stop for the goalkeeper, Doug Habte from North. Well, that got interesting and it was all for naught. Polars are back on the counterattack there. Braden Miller intercepts the ball. Sam Ross casually sends the ball back to the middle and loses it. North High in control of the ball again, dispossessed by Braden Miller. Good job by Miller on defense. Trying to get it to Connor Johnson, can't. Comes back to Miller. Miller this time trying to get it to Phillipson. Phillipson doesn't come hard enough on the ball to win that. Ben Peterson from the North High Polars has got that ball. Back to the midfield. Denning has the ball for Hudson. Slides it out to his right to Tyg O'Kelly. O'Kelly gets the ball up and it goes to the left D of North St. Paul. Back and forth again. A bit of frenetic action here. No one controlling the ball well. North High on the attack. Hudson intercepts. Back passes to Biederman. Biederman drives the ball past half. Biederman's got a strong leg. Man, that kid gets an extra 10, 15 yards on his kicks, which is great to see. Helps him get out of trouble. Number 6 for the Polars, that's Seng Tao with the ball in the midfield now. It goes over to number 9, Jabril Mohammed. Mohammed getting the ball out to number 30, Saul Escobar. North St. Paul controlling the ball in the box there. Tyg O'Kelly trying to get it out. Goes off the North player out of bounds. That should be a throw-in for the Raiders. Whoa, that's another missed call. That's a horrible call, sir. That's corrected by Nepal over there. Amy will be happy to see her best buddy in the world, Nepal, made the correct call and overruled the center ref on that. Nepal is back on Amy's Christmas list, in case you were wondering. Phillipson fighting for the ball, gains control. Nice job with the defender to his back. Little push there, not called. North controlling the ball well here. They're very physical. North is doing a great job with their protection of the ball. They send the ball to the center of the box there. That is volleyed away by Hudson. Comes back, Corey Denning trying to maintain possession. The ball comes to the top of the box, open space, nobody there. Man, that was almost an own goal by your Hudson Raiders. Their defender came sliding in on a ball that was slotted across the goal face. And the Hudson defender there, sliding across the goal face, that was Cole Ober. Had Cole even touched that ball, it more than likely would have been directed into the goal. And that was a very lucky play that it slid underneath him, went across the goal face, and Biederman now is just taking the goal kick here. Tyg O'Kelly gets the ball up to Chase Arthur on the right side. Again, Arthur had the fantastic hard work that was put in on the goal that was by Muthaden in the first half there. Tyg O'Kelly with the ball on the right again. O'Kelly's done a nice job playing up offensively as a defender for the Raiders. That's a ball that was shot in and tipped. Connor Johnson almost had a redirect for the second goal of the game for the Raiders. It goes wide of the far post, and that'll be a goal kick for North. Colton Prater, number 21, goes back in. And Solom says to Luke Johnson, I want you to stay here just a little longer and talk to me before he's able to go back in. Prater goes in to give Connor Johnson a blow. Braden Miller with the ball for Hudson. Good bit of defense, good bit of control of the ball. Gets it over to Sam Ross. Sam Ross chips it up to the center to Prater, but nothing there. Ball gets turned over to North. It's 2v2 in back right now. With number 9, Jabril Mohammed has got space, beats a defender, slides it over to that side. Good bit of defense by Ober, and Biederman did a nice job coming out aggressively on goal to stop that attack. Biederman with the goal kick here, puts the ball on the 6th. Actually, it's above that. They must have called a foul on North because the ball is at about the 8-yard line. Muthaden with the ball for Hudson right now. Sends the ball out to Cole Ober, center right D. Ober sends the ball up in the direction of Prater. Prater gave him a hip check, and they're going to call him on that. They're going to give him a free kick to the Polars on that play. Prater worked his way under the player, lifted him up, and shifted him with that hip check. You can't do that. Long driven ball into the top of the box. Bodied down by Hudson, but regained by North. Regained by Hudson in that case. Ball goes out to the right side of the Polar defense. Kabitowicz sends a deep ball in, but Muthaden intercepts. Goes to Corey Denning. Denning slides it out onto the right side to Ober. Ober stops to switch fields over to Braden Miller. Miller's got to be careful here. Pressure from the Polars. He did a nice job. Instead of sending that ball into pressure, he turned back and went outside. Good job by Miller on that ball. Sam Ross with control of the ball sends it out to the right side to Tygo O'Kelly. O'Kelly back to Ober. Ober to Denning. Denning back to number 20, Nick Thompson. That's a good bit of ball control exhibited by Hudson there. Ball goes up to Prater on the top of the box. Tries to chip that ball in for his forward. Chase MacArthur can't quite get it there. Ball comes back to Prater. Prater lets it get a little too far away from him. Can't maintain control of the ball. Muthaden slots a ball for Phillipson, but Phillipson can't get to that. Denning slides one over to MacArthur again on the right side. MacArthur back taps. Tygo Kelly with the ball on the right side now. He's got a little bit of room to work, but he's going 2v1. Lets that ball go out of bounds off North and going to take the throw in. Lucas Johnson prepared to come back in for the Hudson Raiders. I believe it's Sam Ross, number 8, that's going to be coming out for the Hudson Raiders, allowing Luke Johnson, captain, senior Luke Johnson, to come back into play. Hudson with the throw in their attacking third. Ball is driven back out by North St. Paul. Ober is going to control this ball and slide it back to Thompson, number 20 there. Thompson sends it up to Luke Johnson, number 7. He sends it back. Tygo O'Kelly on the right side gets a little bit of space. Can we get a cross off here? O'Kelly does get the cross off. It's intercepted by the Polars with a volley there. Prater trying to win the ball, can't, gets tripped up. 2 Hudson players are down. Phillipson has the ball. Get a shot off, Paul. There you go. A little high. About a 15-foot shot on an 8-foot net, but Phillipson got the shot off there. Good to see. Hudson doing a little better job in this half, pressuring their goal there. Lucas Johnson heads that ball back to Prater. Good directional header by Lucas Johnson. Prater with the ball now. Coming back to the center of the field. 1v3 on Prater. Back passes to Denning. Denning chips it to Phillipson. Phillipson chest traps the ball, brings it down to his feet. Tries to slot a ball into Braden Miller and does. Good bit of defense by the North High Polars there by Kabitowicz. North High gives it back to Hudson in the center of the field on a bouncing ball. Can't maintain possession. North does. Good bit of footwork by Braden Miller there. Gets the ball to Muthaden. Muthaden slides the ball over to Colton Prater. Prater takes a shot from about 28 to 30 yards out and sends it high and to the right of the goal. That'll be another goal kick for the North High Polars. Almost halfway through the second half here. We're at the 67-minute mark on a 90-minute game. Your Hudson Raiders are up 1-0 over the North High Polars. Good clean game for the most part. Not a lot of penalties called. Couple of yellow cards issued, but no harm, no foul on those. Ball comes to the goalkeeper, Doug Habte, the junior goalkeeper for the North High Polars. He punts the ball away to midfield. Intercepted by Lucas Johnson, number 7 for the Raiders. Gets the ball out to Phillipson. Phillipson trying to get it over to Muthaden. Hudson can't maintain control. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a North High throw-in. Substitutions coming in for the Polars. Our mysterious number 10, who's not on the roster, and number 6, Seng Tao, come in for the Polars. Some believe number 10 is Ronaldo, thinking that's what they'll need to beat Hudson today. I don't think so. Prater chest traps a ball down, sends it out to the right side. Tygo Kelly is there, running up from the right D spot, going against 2 Polars. Got a pressure defender and a cover defender smothering the ball in the corner there. Tygo Kelly wants that ball to go out of bounds off of them to get the corner. It did not. It went off of him, and it gets to be a goal kick for the Polars, just what the defenders wanted there. Ball's intercepted by Prater from Hudson. Chipped it up. Trying to get it to MacArthur there. Can't get any clean space there, but Braden Miller on the driven ball maintains possession. Muthaden with the ball on the 30-yard line now on the football field. Heading toward the attacking third here. Chase MacArthur chips the ball up and in. Nice, well-driven ball by Chase MacArthur. He's got some pop on that right foot. Nice shot by MacArthur. Tough save by Doug Habte. He bounced that ball and then gained possession of it. Muthaden with the ball for the Raiders again. Much, much better pressure by the Hudson Raiders in this second half. Trying to figure out a way to get shots off, and they have. They've put 3 or 4 on goal already in this half, more than they did in the entire first half. Braden Miller with the ball over to Lucas Johnson. Lucas whiffs on that ball, goes to Corey Denning. Denning trying to get it up to Prater, doesn't. Intercepted by North St. Paul. Hudson regains possession in the back. Ober sending the ball up to O'Kelly. Loss of possession by Hudson. Ober over to Nick Thompson now, who sends the ball straight up the field to Muthaden, number 5 for the Raiders. Muthaden trying to slot a ball to MacArthur there. Can't quite get the ball to Prater. Hudson maintaining possession again. Braden Miller with the touch. Lucas Johnson trying to head that ball up to a teammate. Phillipson does get a touch. Heel taps it back to Muthaden. That's a great little play. Colton Prater has an open spot, and the ball is caught by goalkeeper Doug Habte there. Prater had an opportunity, 1v1 against the goalkeeper there. Couldn't quite get there. Goalkeeper beats him to the ball, maintains possession, punts it away. Hudson goalkeeper Mr. Jared Biederman comes out to win that ball, distributes out to the right side. I love it when the goalies distribute. When they punt, it's a 50-50 ball, and if you actually look at the statistics, it's actually probably a 30-70 ball. So when they distribute, they maintain possession, and the ball ends up getting far further downfield almost always, like in this case where the ball gets turned over in the attacking third instead at the 50-yard line. Smart goalies, the professional and college goalkeepers distribute about 70% of the time. If it's good enough for them, it's certainly good enough for me. Here's Chase MacArthur with the ball in the northeast corner for Hudson. Sends the ball back to Denning. Denning with a little chip shot there. It looked like a sand wedge from about 25 yards out and just went over the goalpost there. That was actually a pretty savvy little effort. Coming in for North St. Paul, Jabril Mohammed, number 9, is coming in. He's replacing Ronaldo. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was number 18. That was Nestor Escobar. Phillipson with the ball for Hudson. A little bit of chip to the center, but nobody there. Knocked out by North St. Paul. Hudson maintaining control in the back of the field. Not a lot of pressure put on by North St. Paul. Phillipson trying to get the ball to Prater. Hits it with his shoulder but can't maintain control. Muthaden temporarily had control but loses it to North St. Paul. They try to send it upfield on the right-hand side and do. Ball is headed by number 16 there, Ahmad Jalot, but no one else is there for North High. Easy stop and control possession for Hudson temporarily anyway. That ball goes off of North, and that should be a Hudson throw-in, and it is. Rex, I think it's getting warmer here. I would say it's at least 43 or 44 degrees, don't you think?
I got my mittens on.
Braden Miller, number 3 for Hudson, tries to send the ball upfield, goes directly to a Polar. Lucas Johnson, however, wins that ball, sends a left-footed ball up to Prater. Prater, instead of knocking that ball back 5 yards, should have let that go and used the momentum of the ball to gain his space. Instead, he tries to dribble right into 2 defenders for North St. Paul and turns it over. Jared Biederman picks it up for Hudson. Good hustle by Chase MacArthur there. Can't quite catch up to that. Goes out the end line. That's going to be a goal kick for the North High Polars. 73-55, almost 74 minutes into the 90-minute game. Hudson is still ahead 1-0 here. Hudson is catching up a little bit on the shots on goal count. That's a long ball sent by the Polars. Biederman, I thought, might have been coming out for that. Hudson does with the 2 defenders. Cole Ober sends that ball out of bounds. It allows the Raiders to reset. On defense, Muthaden and Prater and the midfielders are coming back to help out here. Raiders normally playing a 4-4-2 formation with 4 backs, 4 midfielders and 2 forwards. Forwards right now, actually Prater and Chase MacArthur are the 2 forwards up on top for Hudson. They'll try to stretch the field and stay high. Although MacArthur comes back to defend on this throw-in. MacArthur's a big kid, can help out on defense here, marking up. Kabitowicz, number 20, does have a long throw, throws it into the box. That's a good header by Chase MacArthur. That's why he comes back to help out. Good physical specimen to help on defense like that. Calling a foul on North Hudson there. Might have been a handball. It'll be a free kick for Hudson. Played over to Braden Miller, number 3 on the left D. Miller's got to be a little careful there under pressure and just turns that over to another defender. That's a ball that's going to be a little trouble. Biederman does a fantastic job. They're calling a PK. They're calling a foul on Jared Biederman, which really is a terrible call here, folks. You'd have to see that on replay. Biederman comes out for the ball and has his hands on it. The player falls over him, and they're calling a foul on Biederman and issuing a penalty kick to the North High Polars. Terrible call, folks. I don't mind telling you that. Well, Biederman's going to get in goal and try to make the best of this. Everybody has to be outside the 18-yard line of the penalty box until after the shot, and then it becomes a live ball. So we'll see what happens here. If Biederman can possibly guess right, make a stop on this, the odds are not good with goalkeepers. 24 feet of net and 2 feet of kid. Those aren't great odds, folks.
All right.
And it's 1-1.
Probably.
All right, folks, what you may have missed on the audio there was a penalty that was called on goalkeeper Jared Biederman of Hudson. Really not a good call. Hudson 3v2 here now on the counterattack. Ball gets sent out to the right side there. Number 23, Connor Johnson, has the ball for Hudson. Now two defenders come out. That ball's won by Denning. Ball comes back to Prater. Prater dribbling the ball through several defenders here. Muthaden trying to get a shot off. Can't. Prater with the ball again. He's going to issue a yellow card there, I believe. And he does. He's issuing a yellow card on Prater, actually, I believe. All right, folks, yellow card issued on Prater there. I'm not sure what he calls. You can see the disdain in Prater on the sidelines there, who now has 2 yellow cards, which equal a red. He will now be suspended for a couple of games because of the accumulation, unfortunately. He's out of the game for the rest of the game today, so Hudson will have to play a man down. So now it's 11 for the North High Polars versus 10 from Hudson. Don't understand at all what the call was there when obviously Prater was tripped on his attempted kick, and they called the penalty on Prater somehow. North with the ball, crosses it in there. Ball is headed away by Braden Miller, and North gets a shot, and a second shot they put into the net on a rebound. That's a goal by North there on a rebound. Hudson's going to have to restart. They still have 13 minutes here to get back in this game and at least get back to tied at 2-2. So Hudson's going to set the ball down at the half there and try to get this game restarted as quickly as possible, being a man down. Strange set of events happening here in the last couple of minutes for the Hudson Raiders, putting Captain Colton Prater out of the game for the Hudson Raiders. North St. Paul sends the ball in toward goal. Jared Biederman mishandles the ball, goes out of bounds. That'll be a corner kick for North St. Paul. Jabril Muhammad for North takes that ball, puts it on the 6. Tough ball, lands, bounces a couple of times. Bicycle kicked out of there by Hudson. Another shot from the top of the box gets blocked by Hudson. Muthaden doing a nice job trying to control the ball, and does. He touches the ball out of bounds. It's going to be a North High throw-in, but that was a nice bit of defensive work against 2 North High Polars by Ryan Muthaden, number 5 for the Raiders. Kabitowicz taking the throw-in for North St. Paul. Hudson down 1. Little adversity. They're going to have to bounce back from this, and we'll see what they can do. Coaches Solom and Ellickson need to watch. They're on the cross their side of the field and onto the opponent's side, which the referee will warn them of if he sees that. Biederman grabs the ball for Hudson. He's going to punt that away, and does. Ball goes to midfield. Muthaden gets a touch. Over to Connor Johnson. Can't control. Goes to North. North chips the ball to the center. North on the attack, 3v5 here. Hudson has the numbers, but still dangerous. Foul on North St. Paul Polars. Free kick for the Raiders. Nick Thompson, number 20, is going to take that. Hudson's got to have a sense of urgency here now. Every ball out of bounds has to be sprinted after. Every ball needs to be put back in quickly. We need to see that sense of urgency to develop opportunities. Now, that's a ball by Muthaden that gets sent up to nobody. That's not going to be a smart play for Hudson. They need to maintain possession of the ball, and they need to be pushing numbers up. Everybody knows they're a man down here, playing 10v11. They've got to do a much better job of having midfielders cover more ground. Jabril Muhammad with the ball for North right now, dribbling to the center. Sam Ross trying to dispossess, and does. Surprised they didn't call a foul on that. There was more contact there than 2 or 3 that I've seen called. Again, Hudson is sending long balls, but up to no one. They're going to have to find combination plays that work for them here. Blue to blue. Currently not doing that right now. North with the throw-in. Denning heads the ball out of bounds, goes out of bounds a long way. Now, if you watch North, North is going to be very slow to get those balls. They're going to waste as much time as they can. Kabitowicz is actually sprinting for that compared to what a coach would normally tell him to do. Less than 9 minutes to go in this game right now. Hudson has to find a way with a sense of urgency to come back at least to get the game tied. It was an outrageous call on the goalkeeper, Jared Biederman, that ended up costing him a penalty kick that scored for North the lead 2-1. Actually, the second goal was good. It was that first goal to go 1-1 that was the tough one. Hudson has to maintain possession here somehow. A little bump by Muthaden. There's a ball that's going to be to the goal. Jared Biederman comes out aggressively to get that. They've got a player that's coming up to chip on him. You saw Jared Biederman shove him away. I'm surprised the ref doesn't at least warn the North Polar player there not to charge a goalkeeper like that. Ball's driven out by Biederman again. Headed by North St. Paul backwards. See if Muthaden can get a touch. He does, but it's to the center of the D. Connor Johnson doesn't have a chance to win that ball. Jabril Muhammad with the ball back to the mystery player number 10. He gets it up to Saul Escobar. Lets that ball go out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick for the Raiders. There's a good bit of urgency exhibited there by Braden Miller and goalkeeper Jared Biederman. That's good. Get that ball back in play as quickly as you can. You don't have time to waste. Connor Johnson has to be a little careful there. He heads that back up. There's nobody in front of him, so that would be better with a chest trap in that particular case rather than just a header to the goal. Hudson really needs to exhibit control right now, and we're just simply not doing that. Foul on North St. Paul. Hudson again should quick start on this one if they can. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Hudson down 1. Good ball sent in by Thompson. Muthaden had an opportunity. Ball rolls to the far side of the post, stopped by the goalkeeper, Doug Habte. Habte with the ball, he's going to punt this away. He's telling all of his players to move upfield. This will be a long driven ball. Hudson's going to have to start taking some chances and maybe pushing another player into the midfield or up in the forward spot when they get those scoring opportunities. You can't continue with 2 forwards thinking you're going to get offensive opportunities here. So we'll see what Hudson does here. There's a shot on goal. It's bounced up by Habte and then gathered in.
When we get to the last 10 seconds, hit that button. Talk to that thing.
You got it. Ball goes out of bounds. Should be a Hudson throw. Connor Johnson with the ball in the northeast corner of the football field side of things. Tries to get the ball back into Nick Thompson. They push Nick Thompson up from the defensive spot up into the top there, trying to get more offense, which is a good thing for Hudson. Still got to maintain possession in the midfield, in the back and in the midfield to get it up there. Ball's driven up. Muthaden should be in front of that ball instead of behind it. Come on, Luke. There we go. Got a foul there on foul called on Saul Escobar here on Lucas Johnson. Going to be a free kick by Braden Miller. Hudson's got to be moving quicker than this. They're standing. It's going to be a throw in for Hudson. Ball goes out in front of official Shane Klunt. This ball should be driven by Biederman. Gets it up to Muthaden. Let's see what Muthaden can do. Slides the ball over to Connor Johnson. Connor on the left side. See if we can get an attack built here. Nobody in the center there. There's Sam Ross in the center. He slides the ball over to the right. Nobody there. Denning misses that opportunity. A little bit of a weak ball by Ross. Ross needed to put a little more pace on that pass. We've got to get opportunities when they're there. Hudson's missing those. North St. Paul dispossesses and is on a breakaway now. Slides the ball back up through. Number 16 has an opportunity. Goalkeeper Jared Biederman comes out and gets that ball, knocks it out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for North St. Paul. Here we are with 2 minutes and change left to go in this game, and you can see North St. Paul now slowing down. Hudson players ought to be sprinting off the bench to go get that ball and help their teammate out and get that ball in play, but they are not understanding the sense of urgency right now, being down 2-1 in this game. There's no ball kids here. I would put, if I was coaching right now, I'd put my kids around the field to be the ball kids and get those balls back in play 10, 15 seconds earlier than they are. That's just me. Ball goes back, center back for Hudson. Cole Ober has the ball back there, slides it out to Tygo O'Kelly on the right. O'Kelly with another big ball sent up. Headed by North St. Paul and controlled by North St. Paul as they start their counterattack. Hudson is not pressuring the ball right now. I'm not quite sure why. That ball's going to go out the end line. Biederman needs to hurry, and he does. He picks up another ball, sets it down, gets ready to get going. There's just a minute and change left to go in this game, folks. And again, there needs to be just a frenzy for the ball right now. And we're seeing most of the players on the Hudson side standing still and not moving. .48. Minute and change to go. Hudson's got to find a way to formulate an attack here, and they're just sending wild balls instead of controlled balls. And North St. Paul does a smart thing. The player who's going to throw the ball sets it down, lets another player come and throw it. That wastes another 10 seconds. That's a smart coaching opportunity there for North St. Paul. Less than a minute to go in the game, folks. Braden Miller with the ball, sends it up toward the half. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 90 minutes, your Hudson Raiders fall to the North High Polars 2-1 here at Hudson High School Stadium. Signing off, Knute Johnson. Have a great day.